All right, welcome. We are ready to play our Friday adventure. Great to find what days were good here. Last, our adventurers had some fun at the Festival of Merit, earned some well-deserved rewards, and we'll put on to essentially patrol a little bit. And before their patrol started, they wanted to chase down an old contact of Zill's in order to understand precisely um, what might be going on here, if they had any information, if they knew of some people they could get pointed to, as far as some of the concerns that were brought to them by the village council and the elders here. On their way, they heard a scream, a crying of a woman, and turned out to be this very contact of Zill's, who was holding their very, very dead brother, who seemed to have escaped from somewhere with an emaciated eye. They figured out the magic behind this eye, which glowed a soft green, and led them to a catacomb-like structure far, far beneath Jagao. Some ruins, some things that don't quite line up with the known history, or at least the official taught history of this place, of the dynasty. But they began following it and finally found that it came to an unlocked door, in which they followed and soon find themselves here. So we have Fire tonight helping out, fill it in a fourth slot with fun, and I'm going to let them finish making their character. So special thanks to them for coming in. Now, to remind us of where you've just entered. The bottom of the stairway that you came into opens into a wide sanctuary with a vaulted ceiling. Stone pews are arranged in orderly rows. Black candles burning green flames occupying niches along the walls. And atop a pulpit at the far end of the hall stands a jagged sculpture of an emaciated hand with one eyeball in its palm. What would you like to do?
Zill's gonna wordlessly gesture to Tyndall and Silverwind that he'll take the lead, and he'll begin cautiously approaching, moving through those stone pews, keeping an eye out for any threats. And I think he would just continue until something impedes him or he reaches that sculpture of the hand.
Okay. So,
I think Tyndall will follow probably 15 feet behind.
right. Very good. In that case, you get nice and close up there. And inspecting it carefully, you recognize it as an old sculpture. Of a being known as Vecna. A god that was reportedly banished 20 years or so ago, that had risen upon the face of Exandria and pushed past the Divine Gate. One thought to threaten many realities and many worlds. What would you like to do?
Run?
I mean, do we see any doors? Do we see texts, scriptures?
Certainly. So, from here, there is two ways one could go: west and east.
We came from
You came from the north.
the north. Okay.
Zill finds comfort in an eastward direction because that points towards the capital, that points towards Bazzoxan, that points towards home, and that would be his inclination if there's no other hints to be had from maybe Tyndall has a better idea.
I really don't. But I'm all for looking around, investigating. This is it's interesting that this is all down here. I wonder how it ties in. We've found nothing that ties it in with any of the events that we've been told about so far.
Well, it's strange because this is clearly a place of great significance if there was a temple to an undiscovered temple, or perhaps a buried temple to the Moonweaver, where we discovered the very jewel that you now wear, and then we find this is the foulest, most profane of them all, and it's been here all along. It's
You know, what puzzles me is we haven't seen anyone. not a single person. I mean, and as he looks around, does Tyndall see any signs that there have been people down here recently at all?
Give me a survival check.
Sure, I'll use my inspo. 16.
The pews look well used. You look at here, there are no spider webs. This is maintained. And signs of upkeep and activity are here.
About how many people do I think this chamber could seat?
The capacity of it, I would say, seating capacity. Would give you.
Wait, I'm
40.
wondering if 40. Okay. Just wondering if it's 20 to 30 or if we're dealing with hundreds of cultists and we're about to get overwhelmed. I mean, this place looks used.
Yeah. It's like a 20 by 40 room, so it's not enormous of a space, but sizable chapel.
This place has obviously been used recently. Where is everyone? I think it's best we proceed with caution.
Purely on instinct, Zill will start kind of drifting towards the eastern doormat.
Yeah.
All right.
Silverwind would like to reach out a hand and touch Tyndall on the shoulder and say stay alert, and you now have an advantage on the next initiative check.
Okay.
Awesome.
Going to the east, then. You come to a room filled with crooked shelves with books and scrolls against the walls. In the center of the room is a square table covered in scribbled notes and ink-stained parchment. In a corner, blindfolded and gagged, you see a humanoid. Up on the floor.
Zill's gonna draw his great sword and kind of look to Tyndall and Silverwind for instruction and begin approaching the figure.
Yeah, I think Tyndall would look at this figure and be asking himself, is this a trap or is this somebody who's been captured?
Okay.
And I have my guesses as a player that this is our new friend. But I don't want to metagame that.
I'm having my immersion.
So you approach. What do you want to do?
Looking at this figure, Tyndall will reach out to Zill. Wait a moment. And Tyndall will reach out and pull off the blindfold.
Okay. So pulling off the blindfold, we get kind of the first look. Even though they still have the gag and are bound in their hands. Fio, can you describe what they see?
So you see a human woman, dark hair, sort of looking about nervously. She heard you guys approach. She's wearing chainmail armor and weapons nowhere to be found, I suppose. Who are you?
I suppose the real question is, who are you? We found you in this rather unusual sanctuary. We are hired members of the city.
I was kidnapped and taken here. I don't even know where I am. Name's Whisper.
Oh God. We should leave her and run.
It's difficult coming up with names.
We're doomed. Well, Zill's not one to allow anyone to suffer. Once he's made a cursory assessment and determined that they're no threat, he's gonna begin sawing through the ropes that bind them. Do you know anything about the cultists who worship in this place? Or the disappearances recently in Jigao?
I've heard about the disappearances, but cultists. Are they doing this?
That's where our leads are pointing us, but it's not clear yet. Have you ever heard any talking or anything that might tell you when they were here last?
No, the people who took me, they took precaution to not let me hear anything. I'm sorry, I wish I could be of more help. Are you seeking out the culprit?
We are at least trying to ascertain whether this space and the people associated with it are involved.
Well, and would you accept my help? I wish to know who did this to me and to make sure that they don't get to do it again.
Well, if it's the same people, then yeah, we should put a stop to these abductions.
Very well then. And at this point you hear shuffling sounds. Sort of like bones scraping against rocks. As humanoid bones start to connect themselves and rise from the ground. See a large skeletal horse and another skeleton stand up behind you.
Zill's gonna let out a shout, and he's winding up with his greatsword, about to.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, I mean,
easy there. They're friends.
What do you mean they are friends? We slayed creatures like this on our way in. We had to fight our way through a horde of them.
Oh. They're my helpers. I fight with them.
I see. Zill's gonna very reluctantly relax, although he's not sheathing his greatsword.
You just see Silverwind holding his holy symbol in his left hand and his warhammer in his right hand, and just looking at from one to another to the skeletons to each member of the party, and just like.
So Tyndall is fully mid incantation for Sacred Flame, like trying to decide what to do.
As you're deciding, as this moment, you hear footsteps as you see 7 humanoids come at the door, the walkway. Intruders, and they freed her. And they each take a large scimitar as they begin running at
Oh,
all
heck
of
no.
you.
Let's go.
So, give me initiative.
Tyndall, you have advantage.
I remembered.
Oh my god. We're off to a great start.
14, since mine never shows up.
I'm pretty sure Bobby cast Gift of Alacrity on me last session, right before. Dang.
There are 4 people. How do we get 2 nat ones on initiative?
That is brilliant.
I don't question this group.
The Undying one, he rewards his faith.
Long ago, we were called the natural ones for a reason.
Fire, are you literally using Vecna dice on D&D?
Yeah, and just swap that out.
All right. So, in that case, at the top of the initiative are these cultists. And start describing that as let's get the last bits together here. And they're running in full bore here. So we're going to do 2 upon Zillow, 2 upon Tyndall, 2 upon Silverwind, and 1 upon Whisper. So starting with 2 attacking at Zill. 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
All right. And then the second attack is a dirty 20.
Oof.
So there are 2 sizes. One at the back, 1 at the side for 5 slashing, and then 7 slashing.
You can top it up now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to finish up. I just gotta grab the occultists. Go ahead,
And then let me put this in the order then. So there'll be Tyndall, and then Silverwind, and then Zill, and then Whisper. All right. So then we've got the 2 that go upon Tyndall. A 6 for a miss. You would dodge out of the way. And an 8. How does Tyndall get out of the way?
Yeah, Tyndall's reflexes kick in and he just ducks to the side for the first hit. And realizing another one's coming in, just takes a step backward and rolls away from the attack. And just like spinning to make his coat flare out and confuse where his body's at.
Nice. And then Silverwind, that's going to be a 10 and a 19.
I'm sorry, did she raise zombies or skeletons?
Skeletons, I believe.
How many?
2? A horse and a humanoid?
Yeah, 1 because she's going to be mounted soon if she can. So
What?
A horse that she's going to ride.
That's skeletal
Yeah.
and a human.
And a regular skeleton, yeah. All right, so the 19 hits Silverwind.
Yes.
And that is 3 slashing damage. And the last cultist upon Whisper for 21 to hit.
That's
For 4 slashing damage. Then Tyndall.
Yeah, Tyndall's going to use some arcane words, and you watch a spirit, like spectral-looking book appear and start whacking away at the one closest to him with a spiritual weapon. That is a 16 to hit
That'll hit.
for 9 force damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh, these guys are wimpy. Yeah, he's just going to, the book's just going to clonk him in the head as Tyndall, surprised that was that effective, turns towards the other one and will draw his short sword and take a stab at him.
Nice.
That's for a 7.
Oh, that will miss. So they surround like you go. "Huh, we got to get these ones down. And we go to Silverwind.
Silverwind would like to reach out and attempt to touch the one of these cultists, the one that just hit him, with an inflict wounds cast upon his fingers.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright. And then... oh, low damage, but 17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, they want to kill it.
He's just going to be like, that hurt, and it just to face palm them, but doesn't realize how much energy he put in and completely disintegrates the face.
Nice. Oh, they melt to a little puddle. Very good. Anything else?
That will be all.
All right, Zill.
Zill has caught that strike, kind of glancing off of his right shoulder, and he's going to allow that momentum to spin him in an arc. And so as a bonus action, I will rage. Due to feral celerity, I get to make an attack as part of my rage, which will be reckless, of course. So that is going to be 22 to hit the one closest to me.
That hits.
That is 13 points of slashing damage as he brings his enormous greatsword in a wide arc.
All right arc. You cleave them right in two.
And then he's going to let out another kind of guttural howl as he throws himself at the next creature. And this is my actual action to attack. Again, reckless. And that is a 16 to hit.
All right, that hits.
And that is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Very nice.
And then Zill is going to start kind of striding menacingly to stand shoulder to shoulder with Tyndall. And that'll be my turn.
How many are left on the board, Matt? Because I think I missed one stat.
A total of 3 are left.
I did miss one. God dang it. No, you didn't see anything over there.
Whisper.
Whisper mounts her skeletal horse. Is there one right next to her? Where is that gone?
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay,
That
the horse
looks awesome.
disengages and moves 5 feet away as she takes out her lance and attacks. Okay, let's see.
You're jousting from the back of a skeleton horse? This is so cool.
20 to hit for 16 piercing.
How do they die upon your lance?
I guess they just get impaled by it.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
record, did I pick one that looked like she was a cultist just to mess with you guys? Yes, I did.
And her one skeleton takes an attack against the one of the remaining guys.
Very good.
A 21 to hit for 6 piercing.
Oh, they are bloodied.
Yay, that's her turn.
Okay. All right, the remaining two cultists are going to go ahead and disengage.
Gee, I imagine why.
And they should be able to get entirely out of the room with their 30 feet of movement as they go, run! They go, please, please, we won't hurt anybody. Definitely not what they bargained for. Tyndall.
Yeah, Tyndall is going to chase after them.
Okay. So you go after them for 30 feet.
And really, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here.
Well, it's in a hallway, so if you got a straight line, go for it.
I don't have any of that. What I was more thinking about is if it would be better for me to command them to return to me. No, he's just going to attack, and he's trying to be non-lethal about it. He wants to knock him out rather than kill him. So he's going to attack and see how it goes. Nope, that's a 7.
Okay. So that's a miss. Anything else?
My spiritual weapon's too far away to do anything, but I will move it closer just in case they decide to re-engage. And ideally, I'd get out of the way, but I don't know if I have any movement left.
All right. And Silverwind.
Alright. Upon seeing what Trendle did, yeah, why not? Let's get creative. How big is this hallway?
How big is the what?
Hallway?
It is 5 feet wide by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Awesome. And there's 1 or 2 of the cultists in it
There
currently?
are 2 in the hallway.
Alright. At the end of the hallway where they are running to, Silverwind would like to cast Moonbeam at the very end.
That's cruel.
And while he does, he just says surrender or die.
Okay. And then Zill.
With 30 feet of movement, could I bypass Tyndall
Yeah.
to get in? Okay. So Zill is gonna rush after the cultist. I'll just say for flavor, he's kind of like scaling the walls somewhat, his features becoming vaguely
You can hit either one.
arachnite. Oh,
And I
wonderful.
took into account half movement between friends.
Okay.
Zill is going to strike the one between him and Tyndall. Recklessly, still raging.
Don't need to do it reckless if you're flanking.
Oh, that's true. That is just an 11 to hit, even with advantage.
Okay, 11's gonna miss.
Okay, then disregard that damage roll. Zill's overzealous, swipes his blade through the air and catches the wall. Not used to fighting in these kind of cramped quarters. And that's my turn.
You got it. And then Whisper.
The horse is going to dash, so she goes over there and try to attack the one that Zill was trying to attack non-lethally.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how the horse is gonna fit.
It's 20 to hit, but only 5. Wait, I can reroll this. Sorry. So 13 piercing.
Okay. So that's non-lethal.
Yep.
So you smack them hard with the lance. They're passed out. There's one left.
You can't get to that one simply for the fact that you had to use half movement to get past Kendall.
Oh, true. The skeleton is going to try to shoot at it with its short bow. It's 13 to hit.
That hits.
Um, 8 piercing.
All right. They're looking at the moonbeam thinking, I guess I'll surrender. Ah! As the skeleton kills them. Very good. And with that, there's one that's passed out. The rest are dead. What would you all like to do?
Tyndall's going to go collect the rope and gag and blindfolds that were around Whisper and use it to tie up our volunteer.
Nice. Recycle.
And once he's tied up, he'll go ahead and hit him with the cure wounds to wake him up.
Zill's going to take point at the far end of the hallway.
Seven healing to the cultist after he's tied up.
Okay.
Was the hallway open at the end, or was there a door at the end of it?
It was open. They were running away. Like, they're running the same way you all came in.
Well, Silverwind, since he has time, and it's a big spell, he's going to send the moonbeam as far as he can see into that room.
Okay. Was, Okay. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Tyndall's going to start interrogating this cultist and just start with. All right, well, I didn't mean to stumble into you that way, but we need information.
All right. How do you want to get them back to...
Oh, I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, perfect.
That's what the healing was.
Sorry. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you do so, and they go. Hello. Uh, they kind of are very surprised, scared.
Look, no one seems to know this chamber existed, and we were surprised to find this sanctuary. Can you tell me what this place is?
It's the place we serve Vecna, the Whispered One. We are the remnant. It is here the chosen one, Zaril, does his experiments in the name of he.
What kind of experiments?
Works to draw secrets from the depths of the mortal soul.
Does that mean secrets about the way people exist? Secrets about the way people work?
Their knowledge, what they know.
I see. And this Zaril, is he here right now? Or is he away?
He is here.
Did any of those experiments involve unusually large amounts of meat?
Looks, yes. It was, in a sense, we volunteer for the experiments. And we get hungry, and they kind of open their mouth, and you can see their teeth have gone from the normal array to are sharp. We only eat meat. We survive on animal flesh now.
All right. Matt, doing some estimation, how many cultists would that much meat feed?
I mean, you could probably go on normal, but if they're saying that they're extra hungry, it's hard to. And it's also a while ago, so it's feed for a period of time.
Yeah.
So it could salt it, preserved it.
So I wouldn't be able to use that to kind of guess a time frame for how long they've been down here.
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. Well, that's useful. Can you tell us where we might find this Zaril?
He points to an exit to the south.
Can I insight check to find out if he's being honest?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
18.
18. He seems scared, doesn't want to die. Probably telling the truth.
All right. Tinder will look to his companions. And notice Whisper again. And are you the ones who kidnapped this woman, or was that Cyril?
She knows things she won't tell us. She was being saved for later
Ah,
when the experiment was successful.
so I take it these extractions of secrets are not always willing.
That's the point.
All right. Well, that confirms some of the things we needed to know. Player me is trying to remember if there's anything else that we needed to know from this guy, but I don't know that there is. Does anybody have anything they think we should ask?
Do you have any treasure around here?
Oh, all of our belongings are in the quarters. And kind of points the direction everybody was running.
Zill's gonna call back from where he's kind of standing watch. How many of you have infiltrated in the village?
I don't know. We don't, people leave for all sorts of reasons. We don't ask why they go or where they go to.
So do we spare this one and take him to the task hand when we are finished here? Or do we spill his blood amongst his heretical brothers?
That, my friend, is a difficult question. I'm not familiar with the laws around here. I'd rather leave it to the law if I can.
Was Whisper or Silverone going to speak?
I think she'll be silent mostly.
Yeah. He was honest and he cooperated. That should give him some mercy, and then let the law deal with it from there.
So do we leave him here and try and collect him on the way out then? Is that the plan?
Well, yeah. If we leave him here, we may as well let him free, like free, but I mean, that's your call. If we take him with him, he could die, so like it's a catch-22.
If we take him with us, it's a risk. It's one more that could try and fight. If he's freed, he's one more that, like, being stealthy with him is not going to be very effective. Because he's going to be able to make noise and call out.
Ooh, I have a creative idea. Let's leaving him here, and we can collect him when I come back, and when we come back, and I have a way of making him stay until we come back. if you guys will let me.
No, it seems like an apt solution. Please, Silverwind.
All right. Everyone, please step back.
Step away from this cultist. Probably put him in the corner first, because I think I know what he's going to do.
Why didn't you taste it?
Tyndall would too, because he knows the spell.
Why didn't you taste
And then after people step back, Silverwind's going to pull out a little pinch of sand
it? Way too sure.
and pray that he doesn't put himself to sleep as he casts.
And usually that's a good thing, baby, but I just couldn't take it.
Alright.
What are you casting? Oh, sleep?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it's going to work.
Well, I just need to know if I put myself to sleep with him.
I think, is it creatures of your choice?
If we're going by the new rules, it's always been creatures of your choice, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just says creatures
do
within
not- Yeah, it does.
Okay.
creatures within a
Right,
20-foot
but,
corner.
but you can back up.
Oh, I guess. I was trying to be cinematic with it. Yeah, I guess. Let's not. Yeah,
I mean, you could. I guess they could wake you up, but whatever. It's fine.
that's fine.
Sorry.
Time for everyone.
Okay. Anything you want to do in this room still, or what do you want to do?
Search it, because we have not done that after we found the person. And you said there was notes on the table, so I'm kind of interested in those.
Okay. So searching here.
There's no stairs.
The notes you have seem to corroborate what this person said. It looks like there's ways to magically siphon secrets from an individual's soul. You can see in the notes that the first experiments reduced those who volunteered to piles of sludge, which, from the notes, you can determine was what was in the sewerage that you had smelled when you came in.
Nobody wanted to walk through it.
In addition, looking from vague terms, you can determine that this is one of several sects that are here in the dynasty. Possibly even only one of the ones that are even in Jagao. But precisely where they would be, it's hard to nail down. And then finally, you find a small ebony box. It does appear to be locked.
Sad face.
Can I check it for traps?
So, give me an investigation check.
I'm good at those. Or at least I'm supposed to be. That's a 19.
19.
Saya, please get out of the background.
Looking over,
Nothing in there for you.
you don't see any traps.
Do you think it could be opened by mundane means? And Zill's gonna kind of dangle his thieves' tools.
Oh, great, you have a set. Are you
Well,
any
yes,
good with them?
your former lover kidnapped me, and I learned to pick my own shackles to escape. Tyndall, we've talked about this so very many times. How can you remember everything except this terrible experience I went? Give me the box.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll hand over the box.
Give me the sleight of hand check.
Zill's gonna step back into a corner of the room in case this spontaneously explodes. That's gonna be a 23.
Okay, so you and it clicks open. You open it up, and there is a blast of green energy into your face. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. That's not bad. Oh, it is bad. That's a 10.
The 7 necrotic damage as your skin rots right upon your bones.
It's a good thing you already wear armor.
I am resistant to necrotic damage
Ooh,
due
so
to
that's
my
3.
Aasimar background. But I think Zill looks back and there's that like I'm trying to think of what cartoon it is, but it's like like Dexter, whenever Dexter survives an explosion and he lifts his goggles and there's just like soot marks all over his face. Wonderful. Your checking for traps was very thorough, Tyndall. And then I'll kind of shake it out to see if there's anything in it besides necrotic energy.
So you shake it upside down?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 glass vials fall out.
Oh God.
Give me a... Okay, I'll give Tyndall and I'll give Zill dex saves to save the glass vials.
If it's actually a dex save, Matt, can I have advantage against it since I can see it?
Sure.
I'm not very good at these. Nope, I'm not very good at these. That's a 4.
Oh man, 15.
15. And then Zill, you catch both of these potions of greater healing.
Oh, how convenient.
You guys are definitely started right off like the Rascard.
I know, I would have let those break too. Like, no.
Would either of you like one of them? I prefer to keep one for myself, if possible. But does Whisper look wounded, by the way? Does she look like they roughed her up at all?
She has a tiny wound.
Hmm.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Well, that wound was sustained in the combat we just had, right?
Hmm.
What, they treat their prisoners well?
Apparently. Because that tracks with the way they've behaved so far.
What would y'all like to do?
Whisper has been stuffing all the bodies into her bag of bones. It's very difficult to acquire bodies legally up there, you know?
There are basically infinite number of less concerning things you could have said if you were trying to make us feel more comfortable.
Oh, I apologize if you feel
Matt, that is really loud.
concerned. I'm not very good at well, I'm not very good around people.
So that's why you prefer your companions. And are your skeletons still animated? fire?
Yeah.
Zill's gonna kind of point his great sword at the horse.
They're loyal and useful in combat. What more can you ask of them?
Zill's just gonna kiss his holy symbol. Like, Jesus Christ.
What would you like to do?
Well, Whisper, I don't know about you as a person in general. Your magical proclivities are deeply concerning, but you do seem to have cause to be upset with this group. Would you like to help us confront their leader?
Of course.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Shall we move towards the south like they said, as Silver One's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself?
Zill's gonna shake out his right leg like it had fallen asleep, and the motion is gonna kind of disturb his shadow, which warps against the wall, and then from it emerges this silhouette of a Quasit, and he's gonna send the Quasit a little bit ahead of them, where it will vanish into invisibility.
All right. And you've seen through their eyes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of going a little bit ahead. And cacophonous whispers come down the hallway, echoing through the Quasit's eyes. You can see an imposing human in a sweeping robe standing against the wall, chanting, Ishnoko, Vasin, Zokrus. His oily hair is slicked back, and his skin is gaunt and gray. Carved into the floor before him is a runic circle that pulses with a sickly green light. 2 cultists, 1 drow, 1 goblin stand inside the circle, heads thrown back, mouths agape, shaking. Their leader commands, "Now release your secrets unto me. Let the truths in your soul that are hidden come forth and be strong." As if in response, the cultist silhouettes wrap into 2 lanky, shadowy entities. What would you like to do?
Zill's gonna slam back into his own perception. Kind of eyes were rolled back previously, and then he's gonna frantically whisper what he observed through the Quasit. Whatever they're doing, we need to act now. We can't let them finish. Whisper, do you know what he's doing in there?
Would Whisper know what sort of necromantic rituals they're conducting?
Page 15, Appendix 2.
I mean, personally, you've known this seems to be ultimately taking secrets and making them sentient creatures that can spill their beans and possibly serve.
She'll tell the party that. Why does she know that? I don't know.
Well, you were imprisoned in the research lab.
True.
Yeah, that's the story.
Zill wants to charge in and start swinging his great sword around if that's a problem for anyone.
I mean,
Speak now.
Tyndall's gonna come in behind you, but he's gonna cast invisibility with his jewel as we travel
Oh.
down the hall. So he can start invisible.
If possible, since we know what's coming on before we get there, Silverwind would try and cast it, bless on everyone except himself.
Yeah.
Can Whisper cast protection from evil and good on himself?
Yes.
If it's not too cheesy, Matt, I'd love to activate my Radiant Soul before we get in. So I make a absurd entrance. Just
Yeah. What does it look like
radiate-
as you activate it?
Yeah, it's almost like the veins in marble at first of this silver light that fractures and breaks and continues spreading across Zill's skin, and then he completely erupts with light, and these two shimmering wings burst forth from his back, lift him up 10 feet off the ground, and then he just hurtles down the passageway.
Nice. All right. You charge in. Whoop. Coming in here, seeing what is happening, and roll for initiative. Look at that, art department.
I don't know why it rolled with
7.
initiative or advantage. That's just a 16, Matt, if the roll showed up weird.
Nope, I got a 16.
Oh, okay.
What'd you get, Silverwind?
Uh, 7.
7. Perfect. Okay, so I got Whisper with a 21. Got Zill with the 16. Tyndall with the 14. All right. So coming in, you see the one leading this. Zathar looks up. No. We have finally succeeded. You are not. Sorry, you are not. No, sorry, wrong thing with Zathar. No. Bones within heed my call. Restrain them for the master's use. And Zill, I need a wisdom save.
Ooh. I get bless, right? Jeez.
Let's just put on you.
Plus,
Ooh.
D4.
Yeah, that's not great. That's a 7.
7. You are paralyzed with a hold person.
Ooh, snap. Okay.
Good. So puts that out there. And Whisper.
How many shadowy entities were there?
Dos.
Okay. She is going to attempt to cast command on both both of them, ordering them to, if they can understand, to halt.
Okay.
So
Oh,
wisdom.
just command. If they can understand,
I don't know if they can.
they cannot.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so she doesn't do anything, and she will order her Skeleton to shoot at one of those entities.
Okay, the shadows.
Yep. 22 to hit for 8 piercing.
All right, half to 4.
Okay. Yep, that's her turn.
All right. All right, art department. These shadows have 40 feet. First things first, they're going up to who's? Let's see here.
Well, I figured the big boys in armor were up front.
Yeah, so Whisper was doing this from the back. I guess so. All right, then
Put the more casty people back here.
so that's Silverwind and Zill up front. All right, a shadow will go to each of them. So actually, we'll go Zill first. All right, Zill, that is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So that's a crit. That is 17 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And you feel yourself your weapon gets heavier in your hands
Oh no.
as your strength reduces by 1.
Okay.
All right, we go to Silverwind.
Overhead shot.
Only for a 6. You see everything. So that'll miss. Okay, then they're both going to see if they can meld a little bit here. So
This terrain is cool. I like the symbol middle.
okay. Nice. Zill, it is your turn. You're paralyzed.
Do I make a check to try to break out of it?
Old person, I don't think so. Go back up to them. We're checking. Check. Yes, the end of each turn. Wisdom save.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see Zill straining with all his might. Oof, natural 1, so the dice decree.
Oh, not so much. All right. Then Tyndall.
Yeah, so Tyndall in his invisibility is going to step up, and Zilla, you feel a hand on your shoulder as you hear some words whispered behind you, and I cast Lesser Restoration, which removes the paralyzed condition.
Nice.
And as this happens, you feel that energy release. You see Tyndall sort of fade into view as he appears and the invisibility ends. And then he will turn and look at these shadows, and he's going to try a Sacred Flame on these shadows to see how that goes. DC 13 Dex save.
Lesser Restoration and Sacred Flame.
Cantrip.
Sacred Flame's a cantrip.
Yeah,
All
but
right, oh wait, no, they're both actions.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain was thinking I was doing a bonus action with one of those. You're right. Yeah. No, in that case, there's not a corner to back around, is there? I
It's
just
kind of
don't
a
wanna-
round room.
Yeah.
Like they fix it for like a
Um, Cool. Then in that case, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be on the front lines where these shadows can get to me, so I'm gonna stay behind them and
Right.
stay where I'm at.
Got it. Silverwind.
Seeing these things, he doesn't like these things, and so he's going to try something that worked before. Well, possibly worked before. He's words. Moonbeam. Yes, words. He's gonna cast Moonbeam on the healthier looking shadow.
Okay. This one, it starts its turn in it, I believe.
It's actually either starts its turn or when it enters for the first time on its turn.
Right. Okay, so nothing now.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he's going to risk it and provoke the ops trying to get to the big bad.
Okay. How many ops for Silverwind to get there? They've got 30 feet. To the head cultist in the back. Is that there?
It'd only be one attack or two, because he goes to go straight through the middle. But then he's right between these two.
Okay, so the two
The
shadows.
two shadows.
Okay. All right. Shadow number 1. Natural 1. Shadow number 2. 15.
That will miss as he
All
raises
right.
his shield.
Very good.
And that'll be its turn.
Nice. Then the two cultists there will flank and attack.
It's the cultist and the boss right there.
It's two cultists and the boss, it should be.
Right, it's the boss of who's
And 16.
The shield goes up and blocks it.
All right. And then a natural 20.
Yep, that'll hit.
That's 11 slashing damage. It comes up on slices deep. And then looking at you, foolish one of light. Allow his whispers to fill you. As he goes to try to put both of his hands upon your cheeks.
Which cheek?
This would be Silverwind.
Oh no.
I don't know what kind of cult this is.
All right, that is 16.
That will miss.
All right. All right, then Whisper.
Whisper. How far away is she from the shadow that's currently in the moonbeam?
The shadow that's currently in view.
In the moonbeam, like the thing, Silverwind just put
30.
down. Oh, that's perfect. She will cast a Flesh Ripper, so they need to make a Strength save DC 13.
Okay, that's one in the Moonbeam.
What is she doing with the moonbeam?
Cast a spell on it. That's a 12.
Okay, they fail, so they take let's see, 4 force damage, and they can't move
Oh, very nice.
until the start of my next turn. And the skeleton will try to shoot at the one that's not in there.
Okay.
Freaking awesome.
13 to hit?
That hits.
Correct. 6 piercing, non-magic.
3, very good. Rips a bit of the shadow off.
That's your turn.
Okay. Shadow reaches out to get to Zill again.
Remember, he's not paralyzed anymore.
Yep, that is 18 to hit.
Oh. Zill is going to pulse with a even brighter silvery light. And he is going to use his what is this? Metal of the Horizon back. Cast the shield spell. My AC becomes 19.
Nice. A bright light, radiant tortoiseshell covers you. That's the shadowy fingers beat against it to no avail. Next shadow on their turn. Is it a con save in Moonbeam?
It is DC 13.
All right. That is an 18.
All right. It will. We'll take half of 13 radiant, so that becomes 6 radiant damage.
All right. It moves over, and it seems that this light is the answer to shadow as it bursts apart and is no more. Anything else?
Oh, the closet! The poor closet!
Oh, sorry, it's not your turn.
That's
Zill,
not my
it's your turn.
He's gonna throw a grateful look to Tyndall over his shoulders, and then launch himself straight at the big baddie that Silverwind's facing down. I've got 30 feet of fly speed, if that can get me there.
Art department.
For what?
Zill's trying to fly 30 feet towards the main cultist.
Past the one shadow that he's already on him?
That one, yeah, so he's leaving that shadow, so we'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
So just go in there, and we'll see what it
And he's
does.
trying to go to the lead guy?
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get flanky because your 30 will take you right here unless you got more than 30.
Okay. No, just
All
3.
right. It's going to miss. Whew.
Can you imagine how anticlimactic if it bonus action rage, my last rage of the day. Feral Celerity gives me that attack as part of its activation. I'm stacking my rage damage with my Radiant Soul. It's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That is 18 points of... No, that's not true. That is... Is that right? Is that 18 plus 8? That seems crazy. No. So that's 10 points of slashing damage, and then... Why am I having such a hard time calculating it?
Because it's late at night and we all want to go to sleep.
16 slashing and then 2 radiant. And then as an action, I will wind up and smack that guy again
All right.
for 22 to hit that time.
That hits.
And that is 11 points of slashing and 2 points of radiant.
All right, they are bloodied.
And that is my turn.
All right.
Turn.
As reduced. Screams, "Spare me, please!"
Oh my god, are they all cowards?
Tyndall.
Yeah, realizing this shadow's he's probably the best position to finish the shadow off. Wait, the beam killed the other one.
Yes.
So yeah, so he will take a look at the shadow and cast Sacred Flame.
Yeah, you will.
Got it. 16 for their deck save.
All right, they save, so that doesn't do a lot, and he does not want to get closer to it because it does not look pleasant. And he has nothing for a bonus action, so that's his turn.
All right. Silverwind.
Alright. As his action, Silverwind's going to attempt to smack the cultist camera left of him.
Yep.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, that's gonna be 11 bludgeoning damage.
All right. With that, their skull just cracks open in a splashed balloon.
Now, if you want to take 5 feet forward, you can flank the main.
Alright, he will do that.
All right. Anything else?
Steady ground.
Nope, that will end his turn.
All right. Cultist remaining will try to slash you with the scimitar there, Silverwind. That's only a 13 to hit. Goes against your shield. The main guy at this point drops to his knees. He goes, "I surrender. Just don't kill me. Don't kill me." And Whisper.
If her horse dashes, she has 60 feet, I think. Can she get to the cultist within 10 feet of her? Yeah.
One opportunity attack on by the whatchamacallit it.
Oh, the shadow is still up, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, she is just going to attack the shadow then. Get within
Okay.
10 feet and attack it.
got it.
Okay. 19 to hit
That hits.
for 8 piercing,
All right. Very good.
and Scotland is going to shoot it. 10 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay, yeah, that's her turn.
Okay. That is going to try to, I think, go up and hit Whisper. For 22 to hit.
Yep.
That is 6 necrotic damage. And your strength is reduced by 2.
Okay.
Right out. And Zill.
Zill is not feeling merciful. He's gonna recklessly attack the main cultist. That's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is 16 points of damage total. 2 of it is radiant.
How do you want to kill him?
He is going to stab the blade forward into him, bring him close, so that they're face to face, and then recount a prayer to the Luxon in Undercommon, and then tear the greatsword free, severing his, like opening a channel in his torso to the left as he spins. And then as a bonus action, he's going to use his 3 remaining maneuver points and activate Axolotl's Regeneration for 1d12. That's 7 points of healing. And that will be his turn.
Nice. Then, as we get to Tyndall, let's go ahead and take our break. Alrighty. Alright, so as we get back, Tyndall, it is your turn.
Yeah, Tyndall's gonna keep trying to Sacred Flame the Shadow.
You got it.
So DC 13 deck save.
8!
Cool. That is 5 radiant damage.
Alright. How do you end the shadow?
After it avoids the last one, he furrows his brow and squints at it. Waits for just the right opportunity before activating it while it's in the middle of attacking Whisper. And you watch as the light just tears it apart from the inside.
Alright. Like, you hear the queen's brightness fades. Silverwind.
Oh no, they didn't. I know they didn't. Just. Oh no. Let's go.
Guys, that was a secret whispered from the universe.
I would like to move that pretty little moonbeam on over to the cultist and end the turn.
Alright. The only cultist left. Here we go. Then the start of their turn, they gotta make that con save. For 3. That's 17?
It is.
All right. They scream as the flesh burns from their bones. And they are gone. Ones before you are dead. And then the runic circle begins to take on a soft glow. At first, it's odd. And strange. It hisses and flashes with lurid light, as if being extinguished. The glow of the runes dim, as shadowy smoke rises from the carvings. The smoke gathers in the center of the chamber, where it coalesces into an apparition of an emaciated skull with one glowing green eye. The apparition speaks in a hissing baritone. Good news, Salia. Though your efforts have been disappointing, you have brought me new points of interest. The apparition swivels to look at each of you in turn. Yes, there is great potential here. May we meet again. But until then, I have my eye on you. The apparition then explodes into streaks of shadow, passing through each of you. with a whispered scream before vanishing. Now, everyone roll a d20.
Sorry, I'm over here geeking out about how well that music lined up and what that narrative.
Thank you, I'll take my bow.
9.
9. I'll tell you what these are. But for 9, you have the charm of the Eldritch Eye.
That sounds normal and fine.
Yep, so
What'd you-
good.
What'd you get, Zell?
I got a 15.
You also have the charm of the Eldritch Eye.
Oh, shoot.
Silverwind.
Of all times, natural 20.
You have the charm of the creeping hand.
Oh,
Yeah, uh-huh.
And Whisper.
16.
You also have the charm of the creeping hand.
Not creepy at all.
Now, what would you like to do?
Are these physical objects, Matt, that manifest, or are they like a boon, supernatural?
These are in your souls.
Ooh.
And I'm giving you in handouts here. I was just maneuvering my menus. There you go.
Zil, in disgust, is gonna wipe his greatsword on the corpse of whichever cultist is closest to him, kind of sneer in disgust. I do not wish to stay here any longer than necessary.
Agreed. I think we should gather the writings in the other room as evidence of what we found and get out of here. Though it might be worth taking a look around here, collecting any treasures that might aid us. And Tinder will start looking around. Do you want an investigation check?
Yes, please.
$19.
All right. Searching the rest of this place while there's evidence and such things that you have found, you are able to find 2 intact cultist robes here, each one with an eye upon it, a desecrated one, and 3 gaudy jeweled rings, each worth 10 gold. And back in the living quarters, you are able to find a odd hat with, you'd be able to find out, is a hat of disguise.
Well, a couple of useful things here. Let's gather all of those notes and get out of here. We should also gather our friend. Tyndall
Yes.
walk down the hall.
We need to take him directly to the task hand. He should answer for his crimes.
Agreed.
Right.
Whisper, are you not pleased to have visited vengeance upon the one who adopted you?
Well, I suppose I feel safer now. But I will feel much safer when we get out of this place.
It's comforting to know you find this place as unsettling as we do.
So, go back to the door you came in. And you recall that there is likely the zombies that you made run away, probably maybe have made their way back to the room that is to your left. Then there is a passage to your right.
I can probably do a little scouting. If you want me to go look down that hallway to the right. The right is the one we haven't been down, right?
Correct.
That's fine. I mean, if you want, I can also do what you did last time to the zombies, too.
And Tyndall will use his Jewel of Three Prayers for the second time today to cast invisibility.
Okay.
And he will go scout out the next room. He will be cautiously looking for anything out of place along the way.
Okay. To go in here, a foul stench rises from the murky sewage that fills most of the large chamber. And you get close. It's difficult terrain as you slosh in. And 3 4-foot tall burbling masses slink through the muck as you enter. They immediately head towards you.
Yep, Tyndall's going to go right back down the hall.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to do initiative. Give me a second.
Apparently, being invisible is not helpful here.
Not with these 3. So, I have everyone roll initiative just in case.
Okay.
Well, that's a good time to get a nat 20.
Heck yeah. Me, not so much. That was a 6.
Cool. What'd you get, Silverwind?
9.
Okay. So, okay, so you're in difficult terrain. And you get to go first.
Tyndall's backing up out of the room and running back towards his party fast as he can.
Okay, so Okay. Should be about here. So you go 1, 2, 3, then dash 1, 2, 3. You're not out of the room. You're right at the stairs out of the sludge.
Cool. And Tyndall is yelling up the stairs. Danger? Help? And that's as much as we can do for now.
All right. One of them is able to get to you. The other two get very close to you, dashing. As pieces of the sewage come over and try to wrap around you. Only for a 9.
Yeah, that misses.
All right. Whisper.
I guess Whisper will try to get close and attack it with her lance.
Absolutely. So you're on your, what's your speed of your skelly horse?
If it dashes, it gets 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to get there with all of that, going through a few right turns, and get right next to the one that is attacking.
Okay. So going to be a 10 to hit.
That hits.
To redo the damage die. So that's 10 piercing.
Nice. Very good. Get back here. Okay, so 10 piercing. It will take all of that damage.
Okay. Can my other skeleton with its 30 feet of movement get sight of this, or is it too far away?
Sight. Yeah, they can get to one corner where they can just do it. Yeah, they can have sight.
Okay. It's going to shoot for a 16 to hit for 3 piercing.
Nice.
Yep, that's her turn.
You got it. Silverwind.
Alright. How close can he get to Trindle?
You have 30 feet. Oh, one thing. Your lance there, Whisper, has a -1 to damage rolls now.
Oh, okay.
As it begins to corrode away. And Silverwind, you can get a distance of about 20 feet.
Alright. He'll do that, and yeah, sorry, I can't do it. Not with 3 hit points. He'll take the dodge action there, but end the turn aside from that.
You got it. Zill.
Zill is going to use his 30 feet of movement to try and get line of sight. He's kind of reluctantly aping the tactics of Whisper's skeleton, kind of muttering under his breath as he unholsters his crossbow and fires at whichever one is closest.
Yeah.
Range is 80, 320, so it should be okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 23 to hit,
That hits.
and that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Perfect.
And that will be his entire turn.
Got it. And then Tyndall.
All right, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but Tyndall's going to reach into his pouch and pull out a small bead, placing it between him and whatever this creature is. He's going to crush it in the hopes that it pushes us apart.
All right. So as was it? How many gallons?
Oh, it's 15 cubic feet. Do you want the
50,
actual?
No, 50 cubic feet of water. Boom! Blows. It'll make a strength save. Okay, and then you let it push you. I just need an dexterity save from Tyndall.
That is a 17.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're able to let it push, and you end up, we'll say, it got pushed back. So you're 10 feet away.
Cool. So I'm 10 feet away. That was my action. I am going to try and run back up the stairs to be next to Silverwind.
Okay, so you back on up.
Yep. I will stand in front of Silverwind,
Nice.
but I do want to be near him. And that's my turn.
Okay, then this sewerage creature will kind of try to wrap around Whisper here for a miss. Second one here slightly exits the pool and tries to do the same thing for a miss. Then Whisper, it is your turn.
Seeing what it did to her lance, she is going to reach out, and there is going to be a green light in her hand as she tries to do charnel touch on this creature to make a melee spell attack, I think. 22 to hit, so it's going to take 10 necrotic.
Okay. This thing explodes and melds back into the area, getting awful gunk all over you. So the one is gone, the other one remains.
She sees everybody run away, and she's like, that's not... She's going to have her mount disengage, and she's going to back away as well.
Okay. All of you are backed up. Well, I guess let's keep going. Silverwind, what do you want to do?
Yeah, since it sounds like we're not gonna really have much of a choice, Silverwind would like to see if he can get into that other room with the zombie.
So with 3 HP, you want to run into the zombies?
Yes.
You
His
don't wanna
faith
stand
shall
next
protect
to
him.
the healer?
Okay. So from here, you're able to get back to the door, like to the way that came down. So you're still 60 feet from the zombie room.
Okay. I'll get there and then action dodge.
Okay.
And then end the turn.
Zill.
Zill is going to fire his crossbow again at the remaining pursuing sludgy monster. That is a 17 to hit. It's only 6 points of piercing.
Okay. All right. The other one doesn't seem to pursue. Tyndall.
Yeah, Tyndall will chase after Silverwind and So Silverwind, wait, and if you can catch up, which did you dash? I don't remember.
No,
if
they
you
didn't
dashed.
dash.
So he'll catch up and touch Silverwind on the shoulder and cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
for 8 points of healing. Silverwind. I think we can take them.
Okay, so for now, this other one kind of retreats back into the pool, and so we'll kind of pause initiative here in this moment. What do y'all want to do?
Tyndall will look. Whisper handled that with ease. I think if we continue, we can actually end those things, and then we can avoid the zombies. But
That's fair enough. Do we intend to retrieve our surviving cultist?
we would
Or
have
the end
had
of
to
it.
have already retrieved him. Before
I thought
we
you
got to
grabbed
this
him
point.
already.
Oh, we do have him with us. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Zill gives him a little smack for good measure. So we're suggesting that we let Whisper go take care of the rest of these sludge things.
I mean, we can all fight them, but I mean, Whisper destroyed one of them like it was nothing. So perhaps we could do the same if we fight together. It's either that or we wade back through the zombies.
Alright, I'm fine with that. I just saw everyone retreating, so I thought we were retreating, and then I did, well, we have two options, so if we weren't doing that option, we only had one other, but yeah, if we're good with this option, I'm fine with this option.
And noticing Silverwind's condition, Zill's going to reach out his hand and give you a whopping 2 hit points for my healing. Oh, I can only do it once per long rest. Never mind, I'm going to keep it. Sorry, just in case I need to get somebody up.
That's fine. That's a much better use for it.
Yeah, so we have to fight our way through the zombies or through these creatures. Whisper, you did dispatch them with great skill. I say we fight our way through them.
Oh, let's do that then.
That was quite ingenious, Tyndall. The explosion of water that you created. Very inspired.
Well, one learns to be versatile in situations like that. I wasn't expecting them to notice me right away, but they sure didn't waste any time.
In my experience, creatures without eyes, discernible eyes, have other means of detecting prey.
Yeah.
And then Zill's going to kind of string another arrow into his crossbow and give everyone a look.
And a nod. Right then.
I'm not wearing armor, so if we need a meat shield, I guess I could do it. I don't know if that matters. Or we try and kite them.
I mean, none of us has a ton of hit points. So if anybody's going to get hit, it's probably best that it's you because you actually have the most.
Then I'll take point.
Okay. So because of how you're able to do this, we can kind of get back into it as you would kind of have you all run up. We'll get back with Whisper's turn here. just because that's where we left off.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Zil, you're kind of in the front there, unless anybody wants to be anywhere in particular. But it is Whisper. What would you like to do?
Whisper will can Whisper get them into like if she has a 20-foot cube, can she get them without getting any of her
Yeah.
friends? Okay, she is going to cast web, try to at least on the ground.
Nice.
It's a Dex 13 save.
All right, both fail.
They are restrained.
Nice.
Yep, she'll have her skeleton shoot at them with. Does that give them advantage?
Yes.
Okay, great. 20 to hit for 3 piercing.
Very good. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Silverwind.
Alright. Silverwind would like to go up to, or can they get up to one of them with the web on the ground?
Yeah.
Right. He would like to get up to one of them and try and hit it with the warhammer.
All right.
I'm assuming a 9 will miss.
9 hits.
Oh. Correction, does an 8 hit?
8 hits.
Okay. For 9 points of damage.
Oh, that's you.
Nice. Very good. And that will take a -1 to its damage as it begins to corrode away. Anything else?
Nope.
Zil.
Zil will fire his light crossbow again. That's 15 to hit.
Yes.
And that is an additional 8 points of piercing damage.
Second one goes down.
Woo! That was in character, guys. And yeah, and then I'll hold position. That's my turn.
The one that's right up with you will try to wrap around your legs for only a 12.
Nope.
All right, then Tyndall.
Zil, I've never heard you make such noise before, and he'll cast Sacred Flame on this thing.
Nice.
DC 13 Dex.
14.
Okay, 2 radiant damage.
Oh, the DC was what? 15?
The DC was 13. Sorry, you said 14.
Yeah.
Brain, sorry. Apparently I'm very tired today. I've been doing that all day.
Oh, good. The ooze just gets out of the way because it rolled a 16 on the die for the 14. Whisper.
She is going to use a bonus action to get back some turtle points and attack with a melee spell attack on them. So 20 to hit for a 10 necrotic.
Nice. All right,
Uh,
that melts a good portion away.
Okay. Her skeleton is going to shoot for 3 piercing.
Nice.
Yep, that's her turn.
Right. It's very watery at this point. And Silverwind.
Alright. Silverwind will go up to the last one and try and hit it again. That's gonna be for 17 to hit.
That hits.
For 5 points of damage, and I did subtract 1 from that.
Nice. Anything? So subtract another one. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Zill.
Shockingly, Zill will shoot it again. Well, this time with some some extra enthusiasm, as that was a natural 20.
Nice.
So that is a whopping 8 points of piercing damage.
That kills it.
Beautiful.
Now appears safe to traverse.
So I told you we could handle it.
Yes, but what terrible creatures! They're ruining our equipment.
Yes, well, and they smell terrible. Does anything stand out as like immediately shiny, or can we just move through?
You move through it. This seems to be where the the failed experiments were dumped.
Yeah.
And then you find yourselves returning to the forked tunnel that split 3 ways. The one that went to that odd crypt that eventually led to the zombie rune.
One of them was the secret passage, right?
Yes, there was a way to move your way through. You know that is the way that you was safe the last time you were there.
I suggest we take the way we know is safe. Anyone have objections?
No.
All right. Then leaving some unexplored, you begin to crawl through that space. Just wanting to get out with your information and your prisoner. And soon you hit the humid night air of Jagao once more. Breathe in. Torchlights around this place by the river. You hear the flow of the clean water again, letting you know that whatever it is that lurked beneath, you seem to be safe. But even as you do that and you see none here, you can't escape the feeling of being watched. What would you like to do?
Zill has the cultist kind of by the scruff, and gives them a little shake. I say we take this one to the task end immediately. That way we don't have to burden ourselves with them. Even though we've escaped, I feel like this is not finished.
Agreed. I think we also should update Elder Ushru on findings. I think that's the plan. I think we're headed to the task hands to hand over the cultists and then to go talk to Elder Ushru.
Sounds good. You make your way there to excuse me. Yeah, moving through the streets. Anything you wanted to make sure you did?
I think Zill hoped that getting above ground would ease his anxiety, but finding that it's only intensified, he's laser focused on this next objective. He's visibly sweating, the whites of his eyes visible as he kind of spins at times, looking down every alleyway in a really hunched defensive posture. That's his priority, is just getting to an authority figure.
All right. In that case, you make your way through into the Dynasty Outpost. What some of you know, the rebellious folk of Jagao call Helter Skelter. As you approach, you see two main structures. There's a wooden barracks where the guards of the Aurora Watch are stationed. And then, you know, there's a 2-story stone dodecahedra building that rises above. That you are aware is the residence of Durth Murim, who is the task hand.
As we are entering this place, Tindo would let Zill take the lead since he seems to know the kind of customs best here.
Yeah, I think as if they pass, increasingly
Good.
dense groups of drow, Zill's feeling more and more secure.
All right. See this individual rising above. Leather armor already. As it comes out, you can see the way that you knocked him down sees you. There's Zill, knows who you all are. And yes. Have you found something on your patrol already?
Yes, Taskend. We stumbled into some kind of occultist experiments taking place beneath the village itself.
What?
We believe that this is linked to the disappearances and the theft of the meat is being used to feed these foul creatures spawned from their experimentation. This, and Zill will rip the gag out of the cultist's mouth. This is one of their foul lot.
Take some. You will know the Black Bastille. Back in Roshan. Whistles. Restrain them. Bind their hands. Make sure they cannot kill themselves like a coward. Thank you. And he'll get some more information about exactly where this was. And so, what is the purpose of this place? Did you know what they were doing? Why they were doing this?
Zill will begin to fumble an answer, and then realizing that this is better left to the more learned members of his group, will kind of defer to Tyndall and Silverwind and whisper.
Well, best we understand, they were trying to extract secrets. I don't really understand how it works. It's a lot of documents we collected. We'd like to show those to Elder Ushra as soon as possible.
Indeed. He grabs a member of the Orochi. Go bring both elders here. Golbu and Ushuru. Yes, sir. So head out.
And Taskand, Zil will kind of whisper this part. They said, I couldn't hear it entirely, but they said something about Bright Queen, that their brightness was dimming. I don't know, something to that effect, I think, Tyndall.
The words were the Queen's brightness fades.
Kind of gets real close. Do not repeat that. Again. I will take it. That is the type of thing that can cause more issues. Best to forget it. At least from your lips. Understood?
The only reason I'm telling you is because it seemed prudent to report it.
Yes, and you've reported it. Yes.
Would any of us know what that could be referring to, Matt?
I would take a DC 25 history.
Oh my god!
You asked.
It's possible for me to hit it. Nope.
No.
It's a 9.
Hey, I'll give it a shot. So, it basically requires a proficiency in history. That's what something like that would do.
At this point, it requires expertise. I'd have to roll a 19 with expertise.
For
Oh,
my
yeah.
nerds when I need 'em.
Very good.
Palin could have done it.
They would be like, wait a minute, before we report this, maybe we can take over this place. They had some good experiments going. Taskand, Demir here will continue. He goes, this is excellent. You have done the vow, each of you. And it goes, come, leads you into the little waiting room as he grabs a payment chest, starts measuring out. It goes, you have one informational person. Perfect. Remember, we value information and we always pay for informants. One informant is 10 gold, and we'll give each of you 110 gold.
Holy crap, this might be more gold than Zil's ever had in his life.
Looks. The watch appreciates everything, especially information about things and taking care of problems before they become bigger. You have all done well.
And if I may, Taskand, we were involved in this business with this artifact uncovered. And Zil will gesture to the Jewel of Three Prayers around Tyndall's neck. And the elders, well, Elder Ushru, he believed that our journey would take us to the Betrayer's Rise.
He looks what you have. That is indeed a artifact from before. Ushuru speaks wisely. It is a place where every day there are things found that change what we think of the past. It's gods, even in the rise, there were meetings between all the gods, Betrayer and Prime. Who knows what could be found? It is said that the doors of the rise never lead to the same place twice. And to enter is to put yourself at the mercy of the gods to where they will send you. But do not be fooled. It is always dangerous. It is a place of betrayers where it is a place of demon and devil. Death awaits, but there is chance of opening and of starting on the path that you need. That is what is said.
This was like a combination of starstruck and bursting with pride, and just like that was good enough for him.
See, this seems to be the case. We have more information to pursue. You spoke of other cultists. We can try to root them out. I would consider your mission on behalf of Denraz God completed. You're more than welcome to continue and to help us here, but if you are called by the gods, then may the Luxon guide your path.
Zil will look to the rest of the group. I feel that the light calls us east, and that we must answer its call. Especially Fire, who now has no option but to join us as a permanent member of our group, because we're having so much fun.
I don't think that's how it works.
You know what? You can follow the cause of your gods all you want.
Alright. The elders comes with anything you wanted from them. Anything from Whisper here?
No, she's really content with the payment and bodies in her bag.
Amazing. In that case, I would move us to kind of the end of the session. Is that good with everybody?
Yeah, totally.
We'll
It seems like a good place to end, so I'm good with it.
So as I go, Whisper, you have to make your goodbyes, I think, or whatever. Give me a little of epilogue. Give us an epilogue of Whisper here.
I think Whisper would say, I think it's time that we part ways. As you pursue your higher goals, and I do mine. And I guess she'll walk away into the sunset or rise, whatever. And
What
Thinking
is
about-
a what? Oh yeah, go ahead. Continue.
thinking about her future necromantic experiments.
There's a good lab left down there, she thinks. And knowing that there might be some other labs the cultists have that you might be able to uncover. And with that, we will end for tonight. Everyone watching, thank you so much. And all the gods willing, we will be back with everyone next week to get on the road to Bazakzan.
Good night.
Night, everybody.